Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity Deadfire. Last time we cleared the Ingwithan dig site, which was our last barrier to getting, well, I guess our only barrier to getting the Defiant repaired. But really, we did the other quests as well, so I guess it's the last thing we have to do on Port Mangier. I want to start naming these episodes. I've just been sort of titling and naming these episodes immediately afterwards, sort of spontaneously, but I'd like to start naming things as we go along. And we're going to call this episode The Defiant Rides Again. Episode 5 or 6, I hope. Oh, I probably should have looked into that before I started recording. Episode 5 or 6, but definitely not 7, is The Defiant Rides Again. I have a nice cup of coffee to accompany me. Maybe like a third of a cup of coffee left. Here we go, off to talk to Governor Clario. Our best buddy.
What can I do for you?
I have information about the dig site.
At last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
Alright. Number 3, the passionate answer. Just seems a little too much like anti-Aethasian, I guess. Yeah, the insinuation that he's just gonna kill and kill and kill, which I mean, we could assume that he's just gonna kill and kill and kill. That's kind of what he's been doing thus far, but yeah, not gonna go with that. With number 2, I'm sorry, some of your animancers made it, but I'm afraid Odorisi was killed when Aethys arrived.
I see. I suppose we are fortunate to have any survivors. And Odorisi's notes. His research?
Clario's gaze searches yours with an almost feverish anticipation. I found these.
You did? Gods be kind.
Clario takes the bundled notes from you with barely restrained urgency. Within moments, he's flipping through the papers, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages. Major positive reputation gain with Port Mangier.
Belfetto! Belfetto! We are saved!
Well, if we weren't sure whether you were a jerk before, we're pretty sure about it now, aren't we? Clario lets out a relieved, almost giddy laugh, looking up at you with a toothy grin. A grin he hides soon after, beneath a cough and a look of some regret.
That is, Odorisi's legacy is not wholly lost. I like to believe the man would find that pleasing.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. He folds the papers once again and sets his hand over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Aethys, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
I wonder what Aethys would be in the Republics. Some of the other gods, I forget what Bareth's name is in the Republics, but Bareth has like a different name in the Republics. And I think a lot of the representation of at least the names of the gods that they talk about sort of casually are Adirian names. Anyways, We're a paladin, so we will say, I do not turn away from my duty.
No, that much has been made very plain to me. So be it.
Oh, Eloth approves. Thumbs up from Eloth. He seems like a hard guy to please, but he's actually pretty average at this. Clario, I need your help. Aethys is looking for Adra pillars, like the one in the arena.
It would explain why the giant went for the dig site, rather than attack us in the town, wouldn't it?
Clario sets his a hand to his stomach. With the other, he pulls a handkerchief from his pocket to mop at his brow. Just a reference to the past dialogue that I chose. I'm probably gonna... I don't know why. I'd kind of like to avoid the rational responses. I don't think it's contradictory necessarily to Yolotli's sort of personality, but I don't know. She's not very rational, I guess. I mean, she's passionate. She does things sort of with her heart, maybe instead of with her head so much.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire. That Adra is why we are here. Why everyone is here, in truth. The Valiant Trading Company, the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries. You'll want to go to Nekataka. Queen Onekaza II rules there at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first. The Queen knows every Adra vein of worth in the Deadfire. I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
Who are the Kahanga? Do I want to say who are the Kahanga? Would my history... If I knew that... If Yolotli knew that the pirates were descended from old Valian nobles, would she know enough about the Huana from her studies and the Huana culture to know who the Kahanga are? No, let's say that's not a subject she covered too well. But it may come up later, and I may choose responses based on history that kind of contradict what I'm doing now. Who are the Kahanga?
The most powerful tribe in the region, now that Onekaza II has united a host of them under her rule. Ikawa would disagree, but then Ikawa contents herself with a spit of land and a handful of followers.
Some sore feelings. Then that's where oh! Nothing will stop me. That's what we're gonna go with. Nothing will stop me.
Ach, I see you are eager to be on your way.
Darn tootin'.
And for that, you need your sheep. I'll arrange it with Ikawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Thank you for the help.
Bompiaco. It is only right, after all you have done for me. I won't keep you further. You have a long and very strange journey ahead.
I'm like blowing my nose sometimes here. I'm trying to keep it out of the vicinity of my microphone, which is attached to headphones, but hopefully you don't hear like nose blowing in the background. And I'm also trying to do it when the Gov is talking.
Some advice. After you have had your audience with the Queen, seek out the Valiant Trading Company. They make their headquarters in Nekataka, and the company always appreciates good help.
Boom. Alright. Does the ship interface... we don't have any crew members on the ship interface. I believe we have 4 crew members. 3? No, I'm forgetting Eld Engram. We have 4 crew members. We need 5 crew members. Also, let's picked up a lot of stuff here. Hardtack. Our sailors are picky. Hardtack makes them unhappy. Water makes them unhappy. Like, it's drinkable water. They're like, no, we want rum or alcohol. And look at this. These the 2 common ale, which is perhaps. This gives us -1 to dexterity? Damn. Darn. Ale and rice wine, which are perhaps the most common alcohols in the Deadfire. And milk, I guess. They don't contribute to our morale. They're just 0. Which is kind of good in the sense if you, I mean, when your morale is at 100, you just kind of want to keep it there. You don't want to kind of be consistently feeding them more things to boost their morale, right? So, but at the same time, yeah, but I guess my point is more so that not only are they not satisfied, they're like, ugh, water again. You know, after that, you're like, well, do you want some rice wine or do you want some ale? And they're like, yeah, I guess this is alright. Do you have a craft beer? Or like a nice aged bourbon or something? It's pretty rough. Anyways, so we're gonna go to the tavern. I guess I got sidetracked. We're gonna go to the Kraken's Eye because not hiring Rumdum Rigere means that we have insufficient crew members to man the vessel, so we're gonna hire somebody. Someone of a disposition that is slightly more responsible than Rumdum Rigere. And we couldn't do it until now, because if we did it beforehand, then Thorol would just
Still
be like,
kicking, eh? What'll it be? There's plenty of people looking for passage out of here. Let's see if any of them catch your interest.
yeah, he'd just tell us, you know, you don't have a ship, so you don't need crew members, and he'd sort of like refuse us, and we can't be like, well, they could just go, wait, who do I want to hire? I think see, I forget what everyone is. Eldengram, I believe, is... He's a proficient, I know that Beodul is a novice helmsman and boatswain. Eldengram is a... Little Luca, I don't know if there's a navigator. We could use a navigator. We're gonna hire, because I don't know how many cannoneers we have for the moment. We're gonna hire Little Luca. That's it. I only want to hire one person. Generally, I would prefer to find people to hire or find people along the way. Just because, just had to blow my nose there again. Just because it's a little bit more interesting, but we need an extra crew member. I think the first time I played, I didn't know that we could spring rumdum rigere. Can I still? Oh, I can recruit crew members from here. Oh, wow! I guess we do need some medical supplies. If you take, Irina, I think it's Irina, her leg is hurt if you just carry her off the ship. But I don't know if you craft a splint for her, if it is the same way. My goodness, someone finished my coffee. I don't want like another cup, but I want there to still be some at the bottom of my cup. I want to still be finishing my coffee. Valario's raced. Now that we've cleared everything, the world map is... It doesn't really look like a storm has come through here, right? I mean, I know they don't give a lot of detail, but this looks like a forested island. Yeah! Yeah, I don't know why. I just have nothing to say during these load screens, but I should really have something to say. Because sometimes they take a while. Like even right now, seems like it's over. Oh,
good. You are here. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship.
Akawa gestures towards your vessel. We're a motley crew of Hawana and Valian workers. Race to and fro.
I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think.
Do you know where Nekata is?
So you will go to the great Kahanga city as well. You must sail north for some time, and then a little east. Take care in Nekataka, outsider. It will close its jaws around you, and you will never notice.
It's like New York, but in the 70s.
Come, we will see your Defiant out to sea.
Looks like we got some levels. I'm probably gonna buy a new ship. I haven't really experimented around with the different ships. I'm a little bit annoyed that I'm not a massive fan of the ship combat, but I'm neither. We're neither just gonna be boarding all the time. We're gonna do the ship combat, especially when we're taking bounties that. Some of the bounties, fewer bounties, are about finding people on islands. I think those are, a lot of those bounties come from some guy in the Queen's Birth Tavern.
My lady, we should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway.
Right. Say medicine supply gained 12. Oh, I've gained some stuff. Yeah, that's good.
It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm.
It happens. I mean, that is kind of sad. But, I don't know, I've heard this before. Why? Oh, it's thinking, don't crash, don't crash. We might crash. I hope we don't crash.
However,
Oh, there we go.
Port Mangier appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship. I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one.
Maybe, but view ship-to-ship combat. I have done ship-to-ship combat. It is annoying and slow. So what do we got here? I could have probably hired... he's also a cannoneer. But we only have 2 cannons. It's kind of useless for this cannon to be here, since no one can shoot it from this side. But we're generally going to... What can we do? A cook and a deckhand. That's good. A cannoneer and a deckhand. He's definitely... When we get a few more crew members, we're going to shuffle some things around. We're probably going to avoid ship-to-ship combat for now. Seems like a good idea. Let's just read this wax-sealed letter now. This missive, written in what looks like dried blood on a slice of tanned leather. Yuck. Came to you rolled and sealed with the mark of the Uruks. Rimagern. Rimagern. The lettering, spidery and sharp, suggests that the sender may have been shivering as they composed it. Most glorious watcher of Canua, I cordially invite you to a feast to be held in your honor. A community of like minds is congregated at Harbinger's Watch, a small outpost located in the southern Deadfire Sea, to witness the dead flow's rapid expansion. Soon, ice shall consume all, and Rimmergurn's dominion over dead Aora will be unchallenged. We eagerly anticipate hosting your magnificence. With admiration for your many accomplishments, Vatnir, High Harbinger of Dusk. Great. Yep. But, now that we've read this, we will note in our quest log that the Beast of Winter is, like, really not intended for us right now, so we're just not gonna do it. I was thinking about getting another crew member, but I really don't want to. I was also thinking about getting a new cannon, but I really don't want to right now. We're just gonna sail on our way and try and avoid other ships. What's this? Oh no. Go! Run! Oh my goodness. Already failed. As the Defiant leaves Port Mangier behind, Valerio's Rest, hello, you casually observe dozens of other ships coming and going, mostly fishing and trade vessels. One craft stands out, an imposing dhow, replete with cannons, crests into view across the Defiant starboard bow. The flag, raised high atop its sails, signifies it wishes to parley. However, the dhow approaches at an aggressive speed, suggesting that it may not be easily turned away. We're gonna face our pursuer head-on, but only that's because... What would happen if we attempted to outrun the dhow? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna face the pursuer head-on. You spin the ship's wheel counterclockwise. Your ship swings round quickly, disturbing a gull resting on the foremast. The bird voids a white splotch on the deck as a sign of disapproval. What a tool. You even out the wheel and bear straight towards the dhow. The distance closes quickly, and soon the ship's massive dhow hull rolls on the waves beside your ship. Boarding planks emerge and are quickly cast onto your ship, along with shouts from its crew notifying that their captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of your ship. The crowd parts open to make way for their captain, a tall, well-dressed man. He peers at you with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following the captain, and in stark contrast, strides an unkempt Orland. A pair of pistols protrude from his belt. He casually twirls a stocky firearm round his index finger. His shabby face, framed by long cobalt blue hair, and wildly braided cerulean beard, makes the crooked smirk he directs at you seem almost sinister. I mean, we pick up Seraphon here, and I don't know if outrunning this dhow will have us miss out on Seraphon. I think that's the boat that I would like to land on. The dhow, the junk, and the galleon are maybe too big and really expensive. And my understanding is, while I have not experimented with it overly, that what may be more important is the ship upgrades you put on any ship, rather than the ship itself. Although, the junk and the galleon do have much higher HP.
Ado, Water of Cadno. On behalf of the Principe Sen Patrina, I must request we meet in parley.
The broad-shouldered captain uptilts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots a shallow dimple. Looks like he's wearing... You couldn't have asked before you boarded my ship? Uninvited?
Eccosi. It has been some time since I last asked another's permission.
He flourishes a courtly bow. That statement sounds awfully rapey. I mean, yeah, it does. It does. This is supposed to be family friendly. But at the end of the day, that statement does not suggest he is very good with boundaries.
I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your ventures in the Deerwood. In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met, outside of a grave.
That was kind of good about Pillars of Eternity 1. When I was playing games like... I'm gonna use Fallout 4 as my example. And in Fallout 4, you get to one of the faction's ships, and the leader has like this really scarred face or something. There's one big scar across the face, and people are like, he got that from fighting a Deathclaw with his bare hands. And I'm like, what? I've killed several Deathclaws thus far. And in Pillars of Eternity 1, it was the same thing in Skyrim. People were like, you're a dragon slayer? Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I kill dragons all the time. It's really not a big deal. But in Pillars of Eternity 1, they did reserve the dragons to be much stronger enemies, and they were not pushovers. So I can feel good about this accolade.
Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you.
Foolish, yes.
I take it he is not one of those fools. Perhaps we should listen.
Aleth crosses his arms, cautious but curious. Yeah, I feel that, Animancer Eloth. Under the captain's words, you hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferrante's voice, drowning out all else around you. No one else seems to notice. A vision. Thunder cracks between your ears, and you glimpse a different sunshod sea behind your eyes. This, see, with my resolve, I can fight. Seraphon is not very good with boundaries either. I only needed 16, which is still pretty high. You shudder your mind, reinforcing your inner self, rejecting the invading spirit. The vision passes, leaving a blinking on the deck of the Defiant, looking into Ferrante's face. He raises an eyebrow.
I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake.
Despite the gravity of his words, he smiles grandly, and the dimple cuts deeper into his left cheek. I know a cipher's handiwork when I feel it. Tell yours to stay out of my head. The Blue Orland's mouth falls open.
Voxen of Ubilnet Merla. Careful, shiphunter. Mind that you do not confuse a useful skill set for a non-expendable one.
Whew, he's a cool guy. What does this mean? Ho 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 ho! Goodness. Ferrante glares at Seraphim. The Orlan... I'm not going to repeat what it is, but I'm just going to hover over it so that if you didn't have time to read it, you can read it. Ferrante glares at Seraphim. The Orlan steps back, blinking away the rebuke, and peers at you, probing. His yellow-green eyes narrow, unfocused, as if trying to remember something. The captain turns a warm smile back to you.
My apologies. Rest assured, it will not happen again.
But it kind of does, doesn't it?
Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean it, really. We're up all night, you know, searching out our friend here.
He looks to you.
You've been at sea a while. Your mind starts playing tricks on you, aye? Well, mine plays tricks on others, too. Usually don't mean much. Maybe see a bit of shadow, hear a bit of tune. Not less a person sensitive. Like, say, a watcher.
I remember the Drake.
Gelarde. Then that should make this easy. I am keen to show my rascal of a compatriot some much-needed humility. I thought perhaps you may care to as well.
For aunties, do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort.
The rogue words flit through your thoughts like darters. Not quite your own, but not entirely unlike your own either. If Benwith is one of your own, shouldn't you take responsibility for his actions?
Benweth is no captain of mine, Aimika. It is not beneath my flag his Drake sails. Yet I do seek to temper his actions when they would endanger the Principe altogether.
How has Benwith endangered the Principe?
Are you saying if we rile you, you will pose no threat to us? Così, pardon if I do not believe you, Dragon Slayer.
The captain chuckles, fingers rubbing the frilled collar of his throat.
Word of Benweth's thread on the Defiant will spread throughout the Deadfire. More fools will seek to prey upon you.
Also known as prison and, coincidentally, pirate logic.
I would suggest you stave off all others by making an example of Benweth.
Why tell me this? Why would you want to help me? Not trusting of pirates.
I will be honest with you, Aimika.
He sighs heavily.
I do not favor Benweth, nor do I care for the company he keeps. Such fools and scoundrels serve only to tarnish the Principe's reputable name.
Aha, reputable.
But I believe you will be capable of setting him straight.
You're not a scoundrel like Benwith and the company he keeps? The captain spreads his hands, palms up in a disarming gesture.
I am a gentleman, of course, and I am certainly not a fool.
Where might I find Captain Benwith? Say I wanted to teach him a lesson.
Benweth's Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually, he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Seraphim can find him for you.
Ferrante flourishes a hand towards the Orlan at his side.
He is rather an unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled shiphunter, I assure you.
Unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain, but I'd be the high fucking model of the Gentleman of Fortune.
Orlin scoffs.
As for Benwith, that sucker of squid tits be as predictable as the tide. I'd wager all my furriest bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight.
And in a number of sentences, and continual sentences later on, Seraphon will destroy any hope that I could keep these videos, as I have called them, family friendly. Though I'm not too worried. I doubt you're gonna be sitting in for a warm night with your children and some hot cocoa to watch Yolotli go through her adventures in the Deadfire.
That would be felicitous indeed, as I believe the traitor Remaro hides there as well. I quite enjoy killing 2 men with a single bullet.
Wouldn't have even thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir.
Did you feel a surge of anger that is not your own? That's not your own. Seraphon spins towards you and bows again.
Now, I ain't hardly in any hurry to leave the fine company of the Gentlemen of Leisure.
Yeah?
But the captain be right about me finding your mark. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies. You might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to sodden splinters.
And there we go. He grins broadly. Why loan me your best shiphunter?
What venture does not require an investment to be prosperous? The Seraphon is an allowance, which I expect you will return, in one payment or another.
What can you do for me?
Are you asking aside from my vaunted ship-hunting abilities, self-evident manners, and cyclopedic know-how of all things piratical?
Teeth glint. Didn't notice we were unplugged. Yeah, didn't notice things were unplugged. So there was a brief pause there. Teeth glint between curves of his smile. Yes, aside from the obvious.
Well, there'll be me knowing my way around Fort Deadlight, so named on account of it being a fortress and all. I got my contacts inside, and I'll be half handy with a gun if shit goes belly up. Adding to that, I'll be right easy on the eyes, or so the lasses tell me.
He raises his eyebrows in 2 quick bumps. Gee, what does our little Orlin watcher say to that? Let's flirt a little. I'm gonna go quite easy.
I'd be the old package and a half, Captain.
He bows again, only half as slow this time, his eyes never leaving yours. Goodness. Oh, pride, that's what he doesn't
As you
like.
see, Seraphon is both insufferable and marvelously useful.
Welcome aboard, Seraphon.
Oh, you won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy in grog and light on the onions. Ugh, them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'll be suspecting they never will.
He pats his belly as he strides to your side.
He's not sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much.
I sail now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain.
Alright, so... they're gonna keep him as a cipher. Taking on Seraphon to find Fort Deadlight, and that is exactly what we're gonna do. Despite the fact that he's a pirate, this is why we asked so many questions. Because really not super comfortable with taking on a pirate. But hey, we can find Captain Benwith. How long are you injured for? 7 days. Oy. Let's bring up the map. We have Fort Deadlight here, which is actually very close, and Nekata. Ooh, look at that. Hopefully we won't run. Oh, a shipwreck! A junk bobs just offshore. Its hull is scored with deep gashes above the waterline. Parts of the stern are burned to cinders. There may be something worth salvaging in the hold. Sit through the wreckage. Take some time to explore. Nothing of value. Continue poking about the wreck. You find a cannon of a surprisingly good condition. Oh, that's great. Continue poking about the wreck. A barrel filled with drink. 13 milk. That's good for our bones. You continue poking around the wreck. You find an old, tattered old flag. Valiant Trading Company colors. You continue poking around the wreck. A chest full of coins. It was like 367 copper pyre. Copper pyre! That's what they're called! You search the ship from top to bottom. There is nothing of value left. So, let's put this Imperial we're probably always gonna fly the Watcher of Deerwood colors because Yolotli likes the Deerwood a lot better than the Deadfire, and she's not afraid of looking like an outsider. But we might change the flag every once in a while, depending. Oh! Do I want either of these? If I run into another ship, I probably won't be happy. Let's just go to Fort Deadlight. So we approach Fort Deadlight. Through the distant haze, a sea, mist, and rocky shadows, Fort Deadlight rises over the horizon. Approaching a pirate stronghold is a risky venture, even for the most skilled mariners. Any ship not flying a principal flag that is sighted in the Deadlight's shallows may be raided. Abaddon's iron scrope cap. Abaddon's iron scrope cap. Them guns be even bigger than I remember. Seraphim looks up at the fortress from the deck and inhales through his teeth. I can be vouchsafing you with the guards, if you can be getting us to the dock without being blasted to bits thrice over. Otherwise, I'd be recommending the sneakiest approach to you. I think that... What do I want to do? Assault Fort Deadlight. Does that mean he's gonna, like, get us through the front door, but then we have to beat up everyone? Goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna say that, well, Yolotli would like to just assault the fort. She's persuaded by her companions to row to the shores on a skiff under the cover of night. Because it's not something she would do regularly. She'd be like, nah, we can do it. We could just go in there, you know, blades drawn, guns a-blazing. We'll take them down. But they're like, nah, maybe we should sneak in. So that's what we're going to do. Waves slap at the sides of your skiff. The only sounds, aside from the occasional grunt of exertion, as you stealthily row to the island shore under the shroud of darkness. You stow your skiff in the shadow of the towering walls, creep forward in search of a way into the fort. I guess this episode might be a little bit long. Might be a little bit more than an hour. Yeah, we might be a little bit more than an hour. I guess we're gonna... I want to do the entirety of Fort Deadlight, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that far. So I guess we should really call this episode the Defiant Rides Again. Defiant rides again, and Benwith goes to school, because we're learning him a lesson. We're schooling him. And this is the part where I'm gonna use stealth a bit. Gonna use Seraphim for some stealth. The guards here.
Snuck into Deadlight before. Never had call. Be keeping a weather eye peeled for a way up.
Oh, look at that! All these big rock faces offer a way up. So what do I want to say? Rising like a tidal wave above the ocean, the white stone wall stretches into the sky, halfway between Deadlight's battlements and the rocky cove at its base. An arched window opens into the salty air. Inspect the fortress wall. Jagged stones jut from the wall, often and at irregular intervals. Half crumbled, they look sharp but sturdy, and may be able to hold a person's weight. The window is high, but it still is solid, carved right into the wall. With a strong enough toss, a grappling hook could grip the ledge. I think we could climb to the open window. Let's do that. As you climb, some of the rocky handholds crumble within your grip, but others hold firm, permitting you first one foot and then the other, and then another higher, closer towards the waiting window above. Man, that was bad. That's some bad reading on my part. You scale ahead of the others, setting both the path and the pace. When your hand or foot holds crumble, the others adjust, routing around to rejoin behind you. By the time you reach the open window, everyone is sweating, but grinning, triumphant. I feel like in Pillars of Eternity 1, that would be something where, like, say, Eloth or someone else that had low athletics would not do a good job, but here, since it's sort of kind of based on the party athletics, then we did it, and no one got hurt. In Pillars of Eternity, everyone would have made it, but the low athletics people would have gotten injured, and that still happens sometimes here. I don't really understand why.
I don't be supposing we could blow it up. Easy breezy, wet tan. Easy.
He's quirky, that's for sure. Is that everything? Oh no, no it's not. So, let's
I don't be
this
supposing
lock.
we could blow it up. Easy breezy, wet and sleazy.
Goodness. Oh yes, we have levels up. We're gonna start with our wizarding friend, Eloth. And have I leveled him up yet? I don't think so. I want him to do some explosives. He's got no intimidate. Oh, what do I usually have him do? Like metaphysics and stuff like that? Which I'm gonna do here. Insight is nice. Sometimes there are checks I would like to pass that involve insight, but I also don't feel like Yolotli is very terribly insightful. Not a reader between the lines. Yeah, what are we gonna choose? What are we gonna choose? What is getting concentration mean? Concentration can mean Huh. Do I want that? Big fireball. No, I don't want that. I do want that. I think I'm partially gonna use Eloth for debuffing. Yeah, debuffing. I think we're gonna choose 2 debuff spells here. But I might choose some damage spells as well. Alchemy again. Religion again. She's pretty simple. This character's will defense. I enjoy. Yeah, we're definitely using Zuti mostly for buffs. Aware. Aware characters have +5 to perception. And +50. What do I want? I like this one. +5 health restored. Well, actually that's not all that great, is it? It's really not. Gonna take this. And what does this one do? This is the allies with the aid of a sympathetic soul, releasing a healing effect when they are near death. I've taken Watchful Presence before. I'm gonna take it again! I don't think we have a lot of problems with healing right now. We won't have a lot of problems here. Finally, we are at... I'm going to give him mechanics one more time, but then I'm probably going to stop for a while so long as we have Seraphim. I won't always have Seraphim in the party. I will always have a deer. And if anything, mechanics, lockpicking, trap disarming is pretty fundamental in this game, so we should always be having someone that, you know, is able to do a bit of it. Down here, survival, cause why not? You will kick and rapid recovery. Now for our main lady. What have I been doing so far? I'm gonna just keep pumping athletics. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of history. And I want Glorious Beacon. I like Glorious Beacon. Oh yeah, Shared Flames. Eternal Devotion. After use, paladins' attacks receive bonus burn damage. Nearby allies receive a smaller version. I'm gonna go with this. I want to take one of these, Brand Enemy or Sworn Rival. I don't know if I want. I like this one better, but I've taken what I want to take for this round. So, finally, since we are assaulting Fort Deadlight in such a way,
The light's done and done.
we are going to do a bit of sneaking about just to see what we can find. Just 'cause I don't know. Let's say that Yolotli is convinced to do things this way.
here.
Also because the alarm will sound if we are seen, and it would like sort of alert others that intruders are in Fort Deadlight. And it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting to the mechanic of like sneaking around and maybe trying to avoid being seen or caught or whatever, and just like turning the entire keep to hostile. But we're coming to the forge because there's several ways you can do Fort Deadlight, but someone in the forge will want to talk to us. Here we are. No one's
Production's too slow. At this rate, we'll never get out of here. Not till LDs comes back. Hey, scamper off you. We ain't taking orders. Plus, if your armor's dented, you'd be better served throwing it against some rocks. For the record, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Why are you manning the forge if you're not a trained smithy?
Me and Brutal Ben had a bit of a disagreement. He tossed most of my crew into the brig. Myself and my first mate got the mercy of serving an extended stint in this forge. If you were one of us, you'd have heard that by now. Gossip flows like water through these parts. Tell me then, stranger, who are you?
I'm a watcher from the Deerwood.
I know you. Benwith attacked your ship right in the eye of a typhoon. He's been crowing about it enough since. Black Seas, but I hate Benwith.
What's the problem between you and Benwith?
Me and Benny were real good mates in the Navy, but then he went and got too big for his britches, playing second fiddle to Aldi's. I might have had too much to drink one night. That might have led to things being said and done I now regret. One of these days, he's gonna rue that brutal streak of his.
I'll be going now.
Not just yet. I've got a proposition to make.
He holds up a sooty palm to stay you.
As I mentioned, Ben's locked my crew in the brig. If you were to free them without creating much fuss, I could show you a secret route into Captain Aldi's quarters, where Benwith's staying.
Lamont spits to his palm and rubs his fingers together, forming a sooty paste. You sure your crew's still alive?
They better fucking be. No matter how pissed he is with a single captain, killing an entire crew would rub Aldi's the wrong way. And he doesn't want to be on our bad side. Ben's locked him in the brig, down in the dungeons. Bail him out without making a bloody mess of it, or it'll be my throat that gets slit. I don't know if these are any good, seeing as I forged them, but here's a few lockpicks to help you out. If that fails, the keys ought to be on the jailer or by her post, a room between the brig and the dog kennels.
Where in the dungeons is the brig?
The brig's got our best cells, you know. That's where we keep the ransom prisoners, the ones who ain't supposed to die. Finding them ain't hard. First, take these stairs in the back down to the dungeons, then cross the bridge to the storage room, then head south. You'll find the brig cells on the southeast side. Keep an eye out for guards. The dungeons are barred to all but Benwith's crew currently. You can use this to cut through the storage room. Just don't let anyone find out I gave it to you.
Deadlight storage key. He scratches the side of his neck with soot smeared fingers. Let's see what I got. Do I wish to go out into Fort Deadlight? Or do I wish to traverse through it? Let's go out. I know where the dungeons are if we're on top of Fort Deadlight. I'm not sure where the dungeons are if we are in Fort Deadlight, or for that matter, where the guards are. We are going to... I guess it's kind of hard to follow. Like, as a party, our sneak isn't very good.
The blackest hell are you clomping around so loud? Howbeit, you're not allowed up here, you no good fuddlers.
Huh. Shrugging, the pirates flanking the guards amble away.
No, I'd best escort you back. Follow me if you want to keep living. Try to sneak past if you want to die.
Where are you escorting us back to?
Too many times, and I reckon one of them's gonna sound the alarm.
They feel that, but all we really have to do is make it to the dungeons. Let's do that.
Ahoy, Captain. I've got to come clean about something.
Is this
Now be as good a time as not.
really the time? I certainly can't object to a cleaner Seraphim.
Much as I hate bandwidth, the main reason I signed up with you were to get here. To get a chance to look for a man named Romaro.
Oh, he wasn't honest. Who is Romaro?
Now, that'd be a longer story than we've got time for. Quick of it be that Romaro's in trouble. The Principe have sent a shiphunter after him, and I've got a need and a half to find him first. I didn't see his ship, so probably not. But mayhaps we could keep a weather eye open for clues to his whereabouts.
Okay, let's keep a lookout for clues. Often chatty, is just really isn't the best time. Let's head to the dungeons. Yeah, I'm not, I guess Yolotli is kind of, she's not, definitely not sneaky, but she's on the whole, let's try and do this without getting
North
noticed.
of here. The brig be to the south.
Indeed. Yes, certainly.
Brig be to the south, eh?
Aye? One of my eyes be open.
What is Seraphim's sneak like? His stealth is 4, which I am assuming should get us through this.
I don't be supposing we could,
Anything this closely guarded must lead to something important.
easy breezy, wet. Sleazy.
Some rice wine. Did you say what the brig was to the south? Why was it suggested we go through? No, nope, nope. Would it blow the man down? Lemon has promised to unlock the door, higher floors. Lemon's crew is the keys to the cells should be by the jailer's post or on her person.
This here must be the brig.
How would you know that? You're not here. Oh.
My fingers be fat and furry. Easy breezy, wet and safe.
Hello, Swabby. You ain't one of Benny's. What are you doing here?
This doesn't make much sense. We're way over there, but still, of course, it's me talking. Lamont sent me to free you.
Knew we could count on our captain. Always looking out for us, he is. Seeing as you've let us out of the brig, I'd say we owe you. So you ought to speak with our captain in the forge. It's up the stairs on the western end. Be quiet and follow me, mates.
All right. Well, that was pretty easy. I think that's a deer lighting his pipe. Yeah, I guess I'm doing this in a rather non-combative way. But I think we have to clear out the ship docks. Yeah, which is down here. But like on the lower floor. Or no, here's the forge again. Guess we're going back to the forge.
Yes?
Yep.
Yes?
Dim in the lantern.
Go to the forge, see what Lamond has to say.
Before I go introducing you to Ciri, I should, mention something.
Why are you saying this now? Seraphim frowned, scratching his furred cheek. Go on.
I might have said things to Ciri when I last dropped anchor at Deadlight. Just lovers' words, savvy. But I can't say I rightly lived up to 'em. I ain't saying there's a problem, just a possible wrinkle in the old charts.
A pirate misleading someone to plunder their bounty? Shocking.
You ain't sailing with bare poles, Cap.
He chuckles. He actually did chuckle. I didn't even need to read that.
All I'm saying is, you see her go for a pistol, you best step away from me.
Alright, let's talk to Lamond.
Absolutely.
Be that you? Still alive and kicking, I see. You've done right by me, freeing my crew. So I'll divvy up what I promised. Door's open, but there's something you ought to consider before you go. Sure, you could traipse right up there into Aldi's quarters to gut Ben with, but he'll be heavily guarded. Meanwhile, me and my crew will be stealing Ben's ship, the Drake. And in doing it, We're gonna bait him into storming outside, all alone.
How?
Benny docks the Drake in a hidden berth beneath the fort. Kill the guards there for us. Aye, that's why I want your help. After you've cleared the docks, take the western tower to the fort's ramparts and sound the boating bell. 3 rings. Me and my mates will sail out with the Drake. 3 bell tolls alerts the fort to a ship leaving the private docks. With Aldi's gone to sea, that leaves just Ben's Drake docked. Ben's sure to storm the ramparts in a rage, right in time to watch his pride be stolen.
I'm in.
Knew I could count on you. I can't wait until Ben gets his.
Farewell. Alright. I think that that's all we have time for today. I'm not gonna finish. I will finish Fort Deadlight the next time. So I guess we could have called this The Defiant Rides Again and makes its way to school. Anyways, that's been all for today. It's been a pleasure following Yolotli through her adventures of the Deadfire. I'm Nud, the Peaceful Blade. And until next time, roll credits.